Hey, this is Dr. Linda Davis, and today I want to show you what Test 3 should look like for those of you taking the online PowerPoint test. Now, this is the view of the PowerPoint test. I'm going to go through each slide. I'm going to point out the particulars of each slide. I'm going to show you what I expect to see on each slide and address any trouble spots that I've commonly seen with previous students. So I wish you the best of luck recreating this test. Now, I'm going to also have in Moodle the instruction sheet, obviously, for this test, not just the video, which for all you visual people out there that works really good for, but also the instruction sheet. You must download and print out, hopefully, the instruction sheet that goes along with this particular test. So this is the PowerPoint view, but let me jump to the paper that the instruction sheet you're going to have in Moodle as well. And let me just show you and point out to you how this instruction sheet works and looks. So the problem is creating a 10-slide PowerPoint presentation featuring RVs, which are recreational vehicles, obviously. Now the graphic images, I'm going to have in my drlindadavis folder for you, probably in the summer 2015 folder. So all the images are there, including the graph image, so you do not have to go to Excel and do anything in Excel. I've got the graph already done for you. You just got to add the arrows and ovals and text boxes and trend lines, on top of that graph. Okay, so let's get busy and show you what to pay attention to, obviously. So in this first part here, it's in a box. Whoops, it's in a box. Let me just highlight it with my mouse. And this is key things that pertain to all the slides in the PowerPoint. Okay, so you will keep referring back to this part. That's why it's important to print it out. For those of you that can't print it out because you don't have a printer, I have suggested you can take your smartphone and take pictures of the parts of each page, and that way you have it on your smartphone to look at while you're doing the test on your computer. So that's just a hint for those of you that work without a printer. Now, the background color. This is this part right here. Obviously, background pertains to all the slides. I usually like to get everything set on the first slide, including the background, and then I make copies of the first slide, paste it all the way down after everything's set. And first three things I like to do is set the background. I like to set the slide transition, which is, you see, is the second thing on that list. And the third thing is just set all your slides to blank layout. Okay. And I also like to put the title graphic on the first slide and the title text on the first slide, which is, in this case, is Go RVing. And when I get background and slide transition and those initial graphics, because they show up on every single slide, before I go any further with like this picture or the presented by at the bottom, I tend to pause there, make a copy of slide 1, and then I paste it all the way down and make 10 slides basically, and that way I have less things I have to add on top. So every slide I don't have to go like recreate, reinvent the wheel on getting slide transition and background and title graphic and title text on there again. I already got it because I copied and pasted it all the way down. And that also assures you that you have everything in the same exact place when you copy and paste like that. So that's just a shortcut for you to speed you along. Now the background, let's go back to background color. I am using a gradient background, so it's not solid, it's gradient. And I have it set to 2 stops, so you may have to delete obviously the third stop to get the white out of it. And so just work with the 2 stops when you get the backgrounds. First stop, you want to select green, kind of a darkish green. Second stop, you want to select brown, kind of a medium to dark brown. And you want to make sure that's on a 45-degree angle. And like I said, just 2 stops, the green and the brown. No third stop. Third stop you need to hit the red X to make the third stop go away. Now, it does fade it in and out from green to brown in the background. Okay. The next thing you need to set is slide transition on this first slide. Slide transition, we want it to be ripple. And don't forget, you must also check apply to all slides. So that slide transition is on every single slide that I check, because I'm looking for that. Now we'll take off points, major points, if you don't apply to all slides. I want to see slide transition on every slide. Title graphic. What is that? Well, that's this little graphic right here that you can see. It's like a picture of an RV, kind of a cartoonish type of picture. And that title graphic, I want that to be diamond, the animation, I want it to be diamond in, on click, and animates on the first slide only. Okay, I want to see it on every slide, but I don't want it to animate on every slide. It only animates on the first slide, because the general rule in PowerPoint is that if it appeared on the previous slide, don't animate it again. Now, the title text. That too is on every single slide. Go RVing! Exclamation point. And that's title text. You're going to type that. And I'm using Papyrus is the font name. 72 points, so it's rather large. It's bold. And the color is teal. Or you can think of it as maybe aqua if teal is not in your color vocabulary. And where did I get this from? This particular color, I pulled it from the colors that's in the sun rays of the background of the graphic. So I thought, okay, let's just kind of pull that color and use it as our text color here. So the animation for the title text is going to be zoom. And again, that's only on the first slide because I don't want to see Go RVing animate on every slide down to the show. Okay, so make sure, again, that's only on the first slide that you animate this title graphic as well as this title text. Now the subtitle text right here. What is subtitle text? Well, let me show you. Let me scroll down a little bit because there's no subtitle text on the first slide. So let me go down, and here's some examples. There's outline on slide 2. That's subtitle text. On slide 3, what is an RV? That is an example of subtitle text. So you get the gist of that. You're going to find those all the way down, obviously. Now, subtitle text is Papyrus. Again, that's a font name. 48 point, a little bit smaller, bold, and you want to pick a light yellow color. Some of you may see it as kind of a gold color. And once again, I'm pulling from the color that you see in the RV graphic, if that helps you land on it better. And the animation for all the subtitle text is zoom, and make that after previous, because subtitles are always, the starts are always set to after previous and not on click. Okay, bullet text. Let's see some bullet text. I'm pretty sure you're going to know what that is already. So, for example, this is bullet text all in here. And don't forget your bullets, by the way. But I want to see, for that formatting, I want to see Calibre, just the font name, 36 point, light yellow, animation. Again, that's gold for the light yellow. But animation, I want to see blinds horizontal, which is my typical animation effect I use for bullets. Those need to be on click, and also they need to be by first level paragraphs. So I do not want to see the bullets coming in all at one time. What I want is on click, and then as I click for the next bullet, it waits for me to click before that next bullet arrives. So you must go into your formatting effect options and say for your bullets by first level paragraphs. You have to set that yourself, because otherwise they come in, all bullets come in at once, and I don't want that. Now, dim color. I said pick gray. That's still dim, but still visible. Dim color, that's for your bullets. Okay, they come in gold or light yellow, and I want them to dim to gray. Okay, so, and you set that under effect options as well. Now, all other text, I just kind of throw that out there in case I forgot to address something, but that's usually like presented by and your name. That's Calibre. 24 point white is the color I want to see. And then the animation is just a simple box in, and you may use that too on some of your on the graph slide too. There'll be things that come in under that heading. Your images, I typically use this for most all images. As in class, we use wipe from top for our animation effect, and it should be after previous for all your images, and you want to frame these images. And then next question is, well, what color do you want to frame these images in? Well, as you can see in this one, it has a frame around this image, and it's just in gray. So when you pick, it's gray, and it's the thickness or the weight of that frame color is 4.5, and I'll just add that to 4.5 point for the weight. And it automatically, nicely frames your image. Now, those apply to all these different slides. There may be specific instructions beside that slide. And, telling you to make, actually, you should probably make like 9 copies or something like that, 9 or 10. You can always delete the extra slides, and please do delete any extra slides that you don't need at the end. And then, slide 2, we have, I'll show you what it looks like in motion. Okay, so there's a picture of each slide, and then be sure you read everything after beside it. Let's see, let me go back to 4. That's 1, 2. There's slides 3, 4, 5, and 6. They're kind of similar, so that's why you just should know that That should be there but not animate. That's for title graphic. Title text should not animate again. What is RV? That is new text, so that should animate. And then the bullets should animate. They should come in one bullet per mouse click, and they should dim to gray as you click on the next one. Now slide 4, same thing. You've got available RV sizes should animate. These items up here should not animate again. This image should be next. So it's available RV sizes comes up and animates. This animates, you know, right from top after previous. And then these are bulleted text, so follow the instructions for bulleted text for this part. Okay. And slide 5 is a stacking slide, which means that there are other pictures underneath this picture, which means that this rotates between animation or bullet comes up, and then which is on click, and then after previous the first image comes up that goes with that. The second bullet comes up when you click, and then the second image that joins it that should go with it comes up, and then on and on and on throughout this particular one for slide 5. Slide 6. I think that one's also probably a stacking slide as well. And slide 7, very important slide, that's the graph slide. Like I said, you don't have to do anything in Excel. I've already got the graph part as an image for you. Okay, but you do have to add the subtitle, you have to add the trend line here, you have to add the oval, the arrow up, the arrow over, with appropriate animation for each one. They're all can be a little different, and then followed, the last thing is the text box that should pop up here. Okay, and you should also remember on my graph slides, I always use spiral in for the graph slide. Just for the graph, just for the graph part itself, use spiral in after previous on that one. Now, slide 8 is your RV video. And go out to YouTube, select whatever nice looking RV video, professionally done RV video you can find on YouTube, and show me how you can have that implant into the slide. You don't have to use the same video I do, just find one that's professionally done, that looks good. And let me bounce this down just a little bit more. Slide 9 is your first closing slide, which everything, you know, all the new words and pictures and stuff should animate. Obviously this part, the title bar, does not animate again, like I've said all along. And then slide 10, there's a slide 10. It's just a duplicate of slide 9, but you take all the animation away. So that's just a protection slide if you accidentally were on slide 9 and you clicked and you didn't want it to go to a blank screen. That's why you have slide 10 in there. In case you accidentally clicked, the audience wouldn't know the difference. They would just see the same slide. However, because you've removed all animation effects on slide 10, it doesn't like reanimate, so they know you didn't. They didn't know you clicked again. It's just like, we call that the insurance slide, because when you're presenting, you tend to be nervous, and you don't want that happening. Now, I've got this is the instruction page, but let me show you the real slideshow. You know, when it's done, which you can also, you know, refer back to many times. All right, let me bring up the PowerPoints, the finished PowerPoint. As you can see, everything over here, everything matches up really well, all the way through to slide 10. And let me launch it. And by the way, while I'm here, you know, your background, when I go to design, and I may have a later version of PowerPoint here, but just know you go to background over here on the far right to set the gradient and all that. So get it like I have mine. Now let me launch. That's the ripple effect coming in. That's just a blank. That's just a blank slide right now with the two-stop gradient color in the background. I click. The first graphic comes up on click. And the Go RVing comes up after previous. On its start, the graphic comes in after previous, and your name comes in after previous. So the only thing on slide 1 that's on the mouse click is the very first item, and that's a rule for all PowerPoints. Click again, go to slide 2. Notice the graphic and the Go RVing title text did not move. Only the new stuff moves or animates, and that's outline. And the image comes up, That's after previous. This is the image is after previous. Now I click, the first bullet comes up, what is an RV? I click again, it goes dims to gray, and then the second bullet comes up, available RV sizes. The third bullet comes up, RV category images. The fourth one is RV amenities. The fifth one is RV sales graph, and the last one is RV video. So this is letting your audience know what's coming next in these slides. So we'll go into slide 3. What is an RV? It just goes through the definitions, a real simple, basic CIS 101 level kind of slide. Hopefully you can hear me clicking through. Available RV sizes, obviously, that's, you know, after previous, and so is the image. And then we'll talk about a lot of bullet points here, but we just kind of go through, click, 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 all the way through. Talk about the different RV sizes. Remember, I want these coming in 1 bullet per mouse click. Okay. The next slide is a stacking slide. So we have RV category images. I click, basic pop-up camper. And notice that picture is pretty small. I sized it small because I got a lot of images I'm going to layer over the top of it. So everything fits good. And then I click again. Notice how these pair up. This text box and bullet text and that image pair up. Okay. The second, I click again. Fifth wheel trailer. Then I have immediately, so the bullets on click, the image is after previous. So they flow together. And I click again. An example of a travel trailer pops up with the text, and these are all, you know, all these images are set to after previous, and the bullets are obviously on click. Click to make Class A motorhome show up. There's a picture of a Class A motorhome. Notice my images are getting a little bit bigger each time. Now RV amenities, and I think this one's just a basic slide with, you know, the subtitle animates, the image animates, and some bullet points. I don't think I'm stacking here. Okay, yeah, there's no stacking on this one. Now this is your sales graph entitled RV sales, and like I said, the graph is just an image that I have for you in that same folder of images, and we're going to forecast for June because obviously there's no data point for June, so that would be a forecast. So we click and we launch our trend line, the actual trend line that we drew through the best fit of the data points, and then linear trend line, the words linear trend line come up. That's after previous for the words. And then I pause because the next part of this, the phase 2 part of this, is forecasting. So we're forecasting for June, which means I'm going to have a little oval go around June, and then that's on click, and then the arrow will immediately go up from June and then over. So it goes up from June, strikes the trend line, and then goes over, draws across, I should say, to the left. Let me show you. Yep. And then could have drawn my line a little, my arrow a little straighter there, but anyway, that's actually how linear regression works, where you forecast up till you hit the trend line, and then wherever it lands when you go across, that's your answer. So our answer, RV sales for June, should be approximately 100,000 units. And that's that last text box, which is going to be on the click, because if you were presenting, you would actually say it at the same time. You would actually click. Now, the next slide, RV video. This is where you're going to show me. And with my internet connection, I hope it comes up, but you'll show me, here it comes. And you just find a really nice professionally done video on RVs, and you do all you need to do. Obviously I have videos in Moodle on, you know, how to get these to show up inside a PowerPoint slide. Okay, so that's how it show up if I hit play right now. You know, and I would search on YouTube like luxury RVs or something like that, and you know, you'll see this one will probably be one of the top 5 in there. So whether you use this one or not doesn't matter to me. Just pick a nice quality video and get it to play from within the slide. Okay, I won't launch the video. Let me just, but I can if I wanted to. And then this is the closing slide. So what's going on? Everything on the closing slide, you would really not be talking so much during the closing slide. It's just kind of like that animates, comes in, you know, after previous. The image comes in after previous, and your name comes in after previous. Okay, so and then, you know, this is the first closing slide. We actually, you know, I told you about the extra closing slide that we have, and I want to see that in there. You won't see anything probably change on my slide, but if I clicked again, you do see the ripple happen, but nothing animates again. And that's slide 10. That's the one with, it's the closing slide duplicated, but all animation, is removed. So just in case you were accidentally, well, while you were presenting, hit the button and you didn't mean to, it keeps it from going to a blank screen at the end, because that's what you don't want to happen with your audience still sitting in front of you. So key things that students have often messed up on with PowerPoint in general, that it doesn't matter which slideshow it is, and they miss a lot of points because of this. So avoid these mistakes. I'm trying to tell you ahead of time so you focus. Make sure you have slide transitions set, for all your slides. Apply to all slides for slide transition. If I go to transitions, I picked ripple, and then apply to all is right there. So, and make sure your background's set appropriately. I think another thing on animation that people mess up on is, that makes for a lot of points off, is they animate on like slide 2 and beyond. They animate that title graphic for some reason, and they animate the title text again, but that will get you lots of points off. Don't do that. It only animates on slide 1. After that, you don't have them animate. So that's why I always say when you're making your template slide, you don't put animation on the back with the background and the title graphic and the title text. You keep it without animation until you make copies and paste them all in here. Then you go back to slide 1 and animate the title. Get back to slide 1. You animate the title graphic and you animate the title text only on slide 1. Okay. Now, because the rule is if it appears on the previous slide, don't animate it again. Please remember that. So I think that's some key things. Another key thing is, I'm looking at each PowerPoint. I'm clicking through each PowerPoint bullet by bullet. So make sure on your bullets that you have them set on the mouse click so that I only see one bullet at a time. All right, and make sure your order's good. It should usually be, unless you're stacking, you should be subtitle should be first, and then the graphic, and the bullets are usually last to show up, unless you're stacking, of course, which is a different situation. Okay, so you can email me. I'll be available by email today, and I'm gonna leave the, it'll probably be open sometime this morning. You got till midnight, 10 or 11:55 p.m. Eastern time tonight to get it right and get it uploaded to Moodle. All right, good luck with this. It's just your typical CIS 240 PowerPoint, nothing extra, nothing less. And of course it's building off hopefully your CIS 101 skills that you still remember. And remember, watch the video as many times as you need to. And any other video that I have in Moodle that'll help you, like the YouTube, how to put a YouTube video into PowerPoint. Okay, good luck. Hope everybody has enough time blocked off today to get this done.